ее основными страстями являются музыка и storytelling, и она хочет рассказывать свои истории, она пишет песни, она рассказывает истории людей, которые ее вдохновляют, и сегодня мы с ней попробуем написать, записать ваши песни, рассказать ваши истории. Вот. Воркшоп будет на английском языке, но у нас есть синхронный перевод, то есть вы внизу можете переключить на перевод на русский. И второе, я бы хотела вас попросить включить камеры, потому что я думаю, так будет удобнее всем, и вам, ну и Джейси хотелось бы, наверное, видеть, с кем она сегодня будет работать. Все, спасибо.
Hey.
I'm done. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I heard spicy, but yeah, but I was like, that's thank you, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I know a little bit of Russian and whatnot. So, oh, good. People are popping in. Who do we have here? Who's in? Yep. Go ahead and you can unmute your mic, and if you like, you can show your video so we can see your beautiful faces.
Hey there, Jaci.
Hey, is it Arif?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey,
Glad to see you.
good to see you too. Good to see you too. Who else do we have in the room here? Is it Medina? Oh, I see you. Is your mic off? Go ahead and put that mic in. This is going to be a different type of a workshop. This is a workshop where, you know, we want to see each other. We want to hear each other. You know, it's going to be interactive. And we plan to have a good time. So, you know, I know there's Zoom rules, you know, where you don't have to show your face and you don't have to have your mic, you know, you have to have your mic muted so that there's not a lot of noise. But here with hip hop, we like to make a lot of noise. So it's okay
Yeah.
for us to break the rules a little bit, okay? So go ahead, you can unmute your mic. Who do we have over this way? Am I pointing right? Right here? The gentleman up in the... Say again?
For some reasons, I have problems with audio. When I hear you, I can hear like some sort of noise or something.
Oh, is anyone else having that problem?
Yeah, me too.
Okay, there's a noise. How about you, Alexandra? Are you having any noise?
There is something with the mic probably. I don't know. Maybe you can try, you know, to disconnect and connect like really quickly. But I don't know. There is a kind of background noise.
Okay, is it like a hum or is it?
Now, actually, it's better.
Okay, how is that?
I don't know if it's the same for others.
Still hearing the hum, everyone?
Yes, actually, there is a little bit of noise. Hi, Jaci. This is Gauhar.
Hey, hi, Gauhar. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
there
yes,
is still a bit of a noise.
Okay, so you're thinking. Let me stop. Let me stop
hear
this.
you, actually. It's not like terribly bad. We can hear you. It's just
Okay.
the additional little bit of a noise.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not hearing on my end. Let me see here. Maybe if I leave and come back, will you all stay?
Cool.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
don't go anywhere. I'll leave and try to get back in, okay?
All right, let's do that.
All right.
Александра, у меня альтернативное предложение, то есть построить все-таки секцию в формате того, что, ну, сначала Джейси, да, то есть расскажет какую-то свою часть, вот, и потом будет интерактив с участниками, ну, то есть со всеми, кто пришел. Просто иначе у нас будет, ну, вот именно вот эта звуковая, шумовая неразбериха. То есть если у нее есть какая-то там часть, которую она хочет рассказать, да, на это время, наверное, лучше всем участникам выключить микрофон и послушать ее. А потом уже как...
Там просто у нас весь воркшоп, он построен на таком интерактиве. То есть у нее наверняка есть вступительная часть, да, когда она будет рассказывать, но как бы сама цель воркшопа это дать возможность написать что-то.
Да, я понимаю, но просто я боюсь, что тогда в таком случае А проблемы со звуком, они будут преследовать нас в течение всего воркшопа. Потому что, понятное дело, что все участники в разных условиях, то есть кто-то с телефоном, кто-то с компьютером. Ну, давайте попробуем. То есть,
Давайте попробуем. Мне кажется, сейчас
Да.
проблема со звуком именно у нее. Это вот
Давайте,
что-то с
да.
ее микрофоном происходит.
Да,
Ну,
давайте
не так, чтобы
попробуем.
это наше...
Я понимаю, да, я понимаю, но вот Джесси вроде подцепилась.
Is it any better?
Can you say something?
Hi, hello? Hello?
Hello, Jesse.
Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
Oh, hello, hello.
It's okay. Yeah. I mean,
You can hear?
it's almost the same, but I mean, I can hear. I don't know about others, but
Oh, yikes. We're still having that hum. I wonder why. I'm not hearing anything here. It's weird. Okay, well, are you able to go ahead?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you all perfectly.
Well, we hear you perfectly as well. Just yes, there is additional noise, but I mean it's not so bothering. It's all right. I mean we can hear you, so maybe it's better. What do you think, guys?
yeah, maybe we can go further and then
Okay, and see if it clears up maybe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I mean that's the funny thing about technology, especially, in this particular time. It would have been phenomenal. I would have loved to actually come there and to, see you all and to be in the same room with y'all. But we're at the mercy of technology and we're thousands of miles away from one another. So if a little bit of hum, is keeping us from, is that the only thing that we're dealing with, then I think we're doing pretty good. So hip hop, right? So I am, as Alexandra said, I am a producer. I'm a hip hop artist. I've traveled all around the world teaching workshops and connecting with artists such as yourselves. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, actually, participants, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 of us, 7, and we'll count the team as well. So we have a good number of folks in the room right now. I'm going to share my audio. Let me know if this creates even more of a problem. If so, we'll just have to move on to something else. Okay, I'm going to share the audio. Let me know if you all hear this or if it just sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. Very interesting. I guess we won't do that. So this is what I'm going to do, right? Hip hop introducing. Listen, I met hip hop in the Atlanta Buckeyes. About 86 is when she opened my eyes. The way her beats moved me had me all up in my feelings, yo. Heavy with those punchlines. Had to keep them clean, though. Real talk, not pillow talk. Also knew I had to quarter. Be smooth with the dribble. Find a way to flip it. Put sizzle on that griddle. Make it bake, and make it all look simple. Mixtape, just to keep her guessing. Mistake after mistake, a sister stressing. Making sounds over beats and double dexing. Mic from left to right, ambidextrous. Had to go inside to keep this party live. Knew I was made for this. All jokes aside, started producing. Had to keep it popping. And that's when I knew that I must have something. I had to go inside to keep the party alive. I had to go inside to keep the party alive. I had to go inside, yo, to keep the party alive. Hip hop music, yo. I had to let her flow, be who she wanna be. Wanted to protect her, not depending on the industry. An independent woman with her hands in the air, wave around like she just don't care. She's hip hop. Yo, hip hop music. That's my love for hip hop. Did that come through? It came through? Okay, yep, okay, I see Medina saying it came through. Yay! Okay, very good, very good. Say it again.
It was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. So hip hop, right? So what I was able to do right there, and for those who are just joining, I just gave a little excerpt about my journey as a hip hop artist, and I was able to do that within 24 bars. So when we're talking about bars, you hear a hip hop artist say, "Yo, I got bars for days." And I believe that there's a translator on the line as well. There's a translator. Okay, so I'll make sure to keep it as straightforward with English, so that there's no issue with translation. But I will give a little disclaimer that hip hop with the dialect and the language, it's a little looser. But I will take in consideration that we have a multicultural thing going on right now, which is super super exciting. So before we really get into things, why don't we see who's all in the house, right? Because this workshop is called Hip Hop at Home, We in the House, Constructing Your Storyline Through Hip Hop. So I'm interested. You all know a little bit about me as a producer, and you were able to read my bio, and we've connected on Instagram. But I would love to know about you all. So let's see who's all in the room. Anybody can go first. Go ahead, introduce yourself and talk about why hip hop and why your particular art. Let's don't all jump at once. How about you?
Can I just start from asking people who is first in my grid? So
yes.
You are the first in my grid.
Okay. So I'm Madina. I'm in 11th grade right now. I chose this workshop because right now I'm looking for different types and genres of music. I'm exploring in a way, but at first I was interested in ballad, but then I wanted to see other genres. So this is why I'm here. Yeah, that's it. I guess.
Awesome.
I also a dance hip hop. A long time ago though, I stopped. Yeah, that's it. And I sing. That's it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Arif?
Well, hello everybody. We're glad to see you, glad to hear you, Jaci, Alexandra. Well, I'm just kind of a poet. I do like rhymes. I do like to write songs, and that's it. Well, and I get used to do it. I've been doing that all my life maybe, and so that's why I started to do it in English, because I'm an English teacher actually, because that's how I make my money. Well, yeah, but I'm totally not a musician. It's I know nothing about how to write music, or how to play piano or guitar, just how to make some poetry. That's all. Well, even though I'm open to study and to know something new, so it is.
Very good. Very cool.
Merima is next in my grid. I
know okay, right down here.
Yourself? Yeah, down here.
Ah.
I don't know. It might be different.
Yeah, I wonder if there is a way to organize the grid so that we're all seeing the same. But it's all good.
Rima, no. Do you want to introduce yourself? Okay, Valery.
Hello.
Hello.
Here we go. Yes, coming in loud and clear.
Hello everybody, I'm here in this workshop because I love hip-hop culture, old school, like Tupac, Notorious, East Coast and West Coast. And also I love music, New Memphis for example, trap rap, like Suicide Boys, Bones. So that's why I would like to participate in this workshop.
Dope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. I think then we have a team, our team, Muslima.
Вообще под твоим аккаунтом надо работать в
Yes.
этой сессии.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I'm without hijab, so I cannot show myself.
Okay, no worries.
Well, actually, I've tried to sing hip hop a few times, but I couldn't. So, usually I sing pop songs, but I'm really interested in hip hop, so I just thought, why not? Let's just participate in this workshop. So, in case, I mean, in order to know and learn new things, gain new things from you because
Mm-hmm.
you are, I see you're a musician, and I listened to your singing. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Diana.
That's it.
Hi.
Hello. Yes.
Hi. My name is Diana, and I'm student of Pedagogical University. I'm not a musical profession. It's not my profession. I'm a future teacher of French. But actually,
Mm.
I have been singing since my childhood, and recently I started to write poems and then songs. That's why I'm here, and thanks you for this opportunity. I don't know much about hip hop, but I want to know.
Very good. Very good. We will talk about all of that. So very good.
Oh, thanks.
I have the Mr. Financier next.
Oh yeah, down here, Mr. Financier.
Yeah. They want to introduce yourself.
Yo, Mr. Financier. That's somebody I want to talk to. A financier. That means he's got some money. Are you there? Are you all still hearing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
maybe
can.
we can go further. Yerali.
Hello,
Oh, Miss.
everyone. Yes, sorry. So my name is Erali. I am from Kyrgyzstan, South Kyrgyzstan, Osh city, and I am working as a coordinator at Access Microscholarship Program, and also I'm a teacher. So here for this session, I want to learn more about the hip hop that maybe in the future I can use in my teaching,
Mm.
and I can use for my Access Microscholarship Program as well. That we have a lot of students who really like the music. So that's
Mm.
why I'm here to learn more maybe about it. Thanks for giving chance to learn more about hip hop.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have Kamalakhon next. Kamalakhon.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Hi. How are you?
Fine. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see everyone.
Thank you. Uh, my name is Kamala Khan. My full name is Kamala Khan Kasamboyeva. I'm from Uzbekistan. I live in Tashkent. I'm about 15, and I think there is nobody younger than me.
How
I'm
old are you? 15?
15 years old,
Okay.
and I'm keen on listening music. But in the future, I want to be a manager. But um, I have an interest how to write songs. That's why I'm here. And nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I don't know,
Thank
Vladislav
you.
Zemskov, if he's a participant or not, or maybe it's one of the member of our team. Okay, let's go
Ah.
further. Dora.
It's supposed to be his son, actually.
Hello,
But I don't
my
know.
name is Kitara. I am from
Ah,
Uzbekistan. I'm a student of the University ITYT in Korean University. I really love hip hop and R&B, and I really want to learn how to write songs. Thank
very
you.
good, very good, very good, very good. This is sounding all very good.
Thank you. And the last one I have AN.
Чё они делают, я не понимаю.
A-N?
AN, yes. Just like 2 letters.
Yes, I see. Hey,
Алексей,
A-N.
ближе, вас
Oh,
плохо слышно.
oh, can't talk right now. Sorry, folks. He hit us up, or he or she hit us up in the, hey, what's up, AN? Hit us up in the chat room. That's another area where we can communicate as well as in the chat room. If you have any questions and all that good stuff. I think Mr. Financier also was having some microphone problems. So this would be interesting. Is there anyone, we didn't miss anyone? Did anyone just pop in? Ah, there's Muslima. We see a face with a name. Hello, beautiful. Is there anyone we missed? Looks like someone's just entering the room now. Couple of folks waiting to be in. Okay, so we'll move forward. So now we know who's in the house, right? So it's not just me, it's not just the Go Viral team. We have a whole group of a whole tribe. I call it tribe because we're a community, a whole tribe of artists who want to know about hip hop, who want to learn about hip hop and how to write about hip hop. In order to move forward, I have to give a pause and talk a little bit about hip hop itself and a little bit about the lineage. Hip hop, as we know it as a community, we like to say that the pinpoint of when it began was on August the 11th, 1973. The address was 1520 Sedgwick Avenue. It was at the Sedgwick Apartments in New York. And hip hop had a DJ by the name of DJ Kool Herc and his sister Cindy, their last name was Williams, decided that they wanted to throw a back to school party, right? So they were figuring, okay, how can we do it so that it's live, and also how can we do it so that it's fun and that there's unity in the community, and how can we make some money while doing it too, so we could buy some school clothes or some new records. So they made a flyer. They made a promotional flyer that said Back to School Jam. And the jam took place at their apartment building on Sedgwick Avenue. And I believe the admission for the guys, for the men, was 50 cents. This was back in the day. We're talking about 1973. We go to parties now where the admission is like, $5 and up. So we're talking about, 1973. So the admission was 50 cents for the guys and then 25 cents for the ladies. And so from that point on, you have the DJ, you have the MC. Is there anyone on the line who can give me the 5 elements of hip hop?
Rap, dancing, like break dance.
Yeah, B-boy, B-girl. Mm-hmm.
Graffiti DJing, and I forgot one.
This is the one that gets everyone.
Speed, maybe.
Say it again.
Speed.
You said speed?
Speed. Yes, speed of
Oh.
the way how you sing.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about the speed. Okay.
Yeah.
So. Anyone else want to give it a go? We have 4 of them. So we said DJing, MCing, B-boy or B-girl, which is dancing, and then graffiti. And what's the 5th one, we think?
Beatbox. No?
That is an element. We're getting close. Anyone? You get a gold star. Say it again.
Lyric.
Learning.
Lyric.
Oh, Oh, lyric. Okay, that would fall under MC. Yep, that would fall under MC. So like an MC is a lyricist or lyric or someone who raps. So that's one of the elements. I can let you. You want me to tell you what it is, or do you want to keep trying?
No, just tell it.
Knowledge. So knowledge, right? It's information. So it's what we're doing now. It's what this workshop is about, and it's a very one of the very important elements of hip hop. So we have again MC, b-boy or b-girl, DJing, graffiti, and knowledge. These are the five primary elements of hip hop. However, there are more elements that continue as hip hop continues to evolve. Like we have fashion, and we have different types of dancing. We have singing now, because not only am I an MC, I'm also a vocalist. So I'll blend in rapping with singing, and that creates a type of hip hop. So hip hop has those five elements, right? So when you think about hip hop, you think about your storyline, right? It's come from a moment in American history where there was tension. There's tension between the government and the people. There was tension between gangs with other gangs. There was race tension. There was police violence. A lot of the same tensions that we are actually experiencing still here in America, with the Black Lives Movement, and we have, the All Lives Matter movement. We have many different things that are going on. So when hip hop first came about, it was really as a beacon. It was a vehicle in which the people could tell each other, hey, what's going on in your side of the world? What's going on in your neighborhood? What's happening? How are you being treated? How are we connecting to one another? What's going on? So hip hop is a mode of communication to connect, like we're doing here. We're rethinking, we're redesigning, we're reconnecting, and hip hop falls right within those same parameters. So when you're thinking about being a hip hop artist, when I hear someone tell me, yo, I want to learn what it means to be a hip hop artist, or I want to learn how to write hip hop, what you're telling me is that you have a message, and you have something that you want to tell the world, or something that you want to say, and that you're choosing to use hip hop as a way to do that, which hip hop lends itself to that. Hip hop is beautiful because it is all about your story. It's all about who you are. Some of the best and the greatest hip hop artists are those people who can take their storyline and turn it into a song that can reach people. Does that make sense? You're following? Okay, we're still all in the house, because I know we were having some audio issues. I want to make sure that we're all hearing and connecting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, dope. So before we get all the way in about hip hop, let's do something fun. Do you all want to do something fun? I do. I like to play.
Of course. Yeah, sure.
I like to play. Even at 10 o'clock in the morning, I wake up ready to play. And you're able to do that with hip hop, because I don't want to be a talking head where I'm just like, hip hop is this. I really think that in order for us to truly get it, we have to exercise it. It's just like being an athlete or being any type of an artist. If you're a visual artist who paints, someone who paints, you have to practice. So why don't we do a little bit of practicing, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So who can tell me what a cipher is? I'm looking for my hip hop, the people who are rappers, who are hip hop heads. I'm looking for you to know this answer. What's a cipher? Right over here. I think, if we're all in the same. What's the cipher? Right here, my man right here.
Well, is it? If
Are you guys talking about
there's
me?
nobody,
I think, oh, maybe we're not seeing the same thing. Let me see here. Is it not Benny? Well, who can tell me? Who can tell me what a cipher is? Think about it. A cipher. Cipher.
so a team of people rhyming together at the camera.
Ah. Ah. Okay. 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 That's sounding good. You said a group of people aligning together. Yeah. Who else? Who else can tell me what a cipher? Yep, rhyming together. Okay, that's it. That's it right there. So a cipher, if we were all in the same physical space, what we would do is that we would form a circle, with one another. So we would all get around in a circle. And, if we started, we would start with the beat, or we would just someone would start like, hey, this is the cipher, this is the cipher, yo, this is the cipher. And they may go into spitting, which is actually just expressing or saying a verse, or singing, or giving some poetry. I know on here we're dealing with latency, we're dealing with some possible audio issues, but I think that it would be really cool if we try to do a cipher. Now, the way that this works, because everybody's been kind of quiet. There's been a few people who've been jumping in and things, but folks have been a little quiet. So we're going to we're going to stop for a minute and see who did not introduce themselves, just so that we know who's all in the room, and then we're going to get into a cipher. Does that sound cool? Yeah? All right, dope. Okay, yep, I got a thumbs up there. I got a smile over here from Arif. Okay, Medina, I see you. Okay. All right, so who has just gotten into the house and needs to introduce themselves? Hey, go ahead. Who are you?
Guys, I just got into your house.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate it, and I really love this session so far. So good. So
Dope.
my name is Ar, and I am from Kyrgyzstan, and I had lived in the States for a while, and I had been really interested in hip hop and music and stuff like that, all about music. So, and I thought maybe it would be so interesting, and I joined in. Thank you again.
Very dope. Nice to meet you. Awesome. All right. Who do we have next? I see you down here. Who's in the house? Who hasn't introduced themselves yet? Who's in my house? I always like to know who's in my house. You can't just come in the door and not say hi.
Rashida, it was you. Can you introduce yourself?
Okay, let me introduce myself.
Yes.
Is everybody hearing me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm from the Ministry of Finance in Uzbekistan. And I've been practicing my English for, I don't know, maybe for 10 years now. And I'm still working on it. And I've always been into rap and hip-hop songs. So my friend suggested this channel. And my name is Az, by the way.
Az?
I forgot to mention.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. That's all, I think.
Okay. Thank you very much. Who else is in the house? Who's in the house eating up all my food? Who do we have? Mr. Financer, have you been able to fix your mic yet? Okay, nope. No worries. Who else do we have here?
Nerima also.
Hi everyone, my name is
Hi.
Sakina. I'm
Hey.
from Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Unfortunately, I look very tired. I've been working all day, and I look hideous right now. I'm sorry. I don't want to scare you all. So, but I'm here with you. I feel the energy, and thank you
Nice.
so much for being with us and organizing everything. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for being
My name is
here.
Shakina.
nice, Okina. Nice, Okina. Very nice. Very nice. And keeping it real. Keeping it real. That's so hip hop. You know, if you don't feel your best, that's okay. There's love here. We still feel your spirit, so that's good. Thank you for sharing. Who's next? Who else is in the house? Yeah, oh, I see in the chat room too. People are like, hey, where are you from? I'm from Michigan. Okay, so if you hold up your right hand, can everybody do this? Hold up your right hand. Just like this. Put your hands up. Let me see. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Okay, I see them. I see them. And go right about here. That's where I am. Flip yours around, Arif. Flip yours around the other way.
I hold my phone by one of the hands.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where I am, okay, in Michigan. All right. Okay, so is everyone able to unmute your mic?
Sure.
Okay, unmute your mic. Let's see what we get. Is the audio better or is it still noise?
No, it's good.
Audio is good.
Cool. Oh, hey, Satora, I see you. Good evening. I know. Okay, yep, Medina, unmute your mic. Muslima, you can unmute your mic. Who else here? Unmute those mics, beautiful people. This is the Zoom. If we were in a physical space together, would you just be quiet? No.
No, I'm
not really.
No. Right, I wouldn't. I would wonder what's going on with all these quiet people who want to know about hip hop. Hip hop, you make noise. Hip hop is about interacting with one another. So yeah, unmute those mics so we can do this exercise. We can do this cipher. Okay, so again, a cipher is when we are all in here, we're all in the house together. Okay, yeah, I see some pictures popping up. You all are some beautiful folks. Yes, handsome. I'm sorry for the men, very handsome. Very handsome. Yes, very handsome. Thank you. So we're good. Let's do the cipher. Let's do a round. Let's do our first round. And because of, like the latency. So when I say latency, that's the amount of time it takes for what I say to reach you all and vice versa. So there may be a little delay. So we don't have to worry about necessarily staying on beat for this, but everyone should contribute. You can decide whether to sing. You can decide whether to rap, because I'm real interested in finding out who the rappers are. I'm ready to hear some bars, I'm ready to hear some singing. I know I've seen some Instagram videos and it's really, really, really nice, so I'm ready to hear that. But let's do the first round. The first round will just be for fun, okay? Just to see how this goes. So no pressure. You don't have to be Eminem. You don't have to come on here like Lauryn Hill. You don't have to be Cardi B or Biggie. Just be yourself, right?
All right.
So, okay, all right, good. We got mics open. We got some folks whose mics aren't open, but that's okay. That's all right. You're a little shy, but hopefully by round 2, you'll be ready to flow in with this cipher, right? So I'll start it. You want me to start it, or does someone else want to start it? Who's bold? Who's bold? Who's really about the hip hop? Who's really like, I want to know more about this? Who's bold?
Arif,
Who's bold?
start?
Come on, you got this, Arif. Come on, you got this, man.
Should it be like some kind of freestyle?
Yeah, a freestyle, just right off your dome, or it can be something that you've written. It's really about what you want to contribute to the whole. That's what hip hop is. It's about bringing your story, bringing who you are, bringing your experience into the whole, and us creating something together.
Okay then.
Go for it, man.
Let's see. Uh, wow. Just give me a second.
Okay. And if someone else feels it, go ahead and jump in.
Well, again, would you like to start first?
Go. I think you did, Eldar. Is it Eldar?
Yes,
it's Eldar.
he's
Yeah.
I feel your energy, man. I think you want to go first.
No, I'm just still thinking how I can go first.
How you could go first?
Okay, I will try.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Melba from Kyrgyzstan. Yeah. You guys better be applauding to me. Yeah, guys. Woo! Yeah.
Show some love, yo.
From Kyrgyzstan. Oh, yeah. And I'm currently in 11th grade. I am a junior at school. I came from the States 2 months ago, and I really want to go back to the States again. Yeah. I don't get any siblings, but I got my mother, I got my dad, and
Yeah.
Jaci, you are very gorgeous, and you are a very good person. Yeah. I like your energy. Oh, yeah. I like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Those are people, my favorite people. Yeah. I got some mistakes, but please don't pay attention to them. And I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yo, I understand what you're talking about, man. That's groovy. We're gonna do this like this is a movie. We're on this Zoom, yo. We up in the house. It's hip hop. We're gonna talk straight out our mouth. Turn on your mic. Go ahead and get it on live. Cause this is what we're doing, man. We on the right side of this hip hop. Man, don't you know it's no job? Go ahead and tell your plan, man. You know it's alright. Put your hands up on this Zoom. Here we go, doing ciphers. This is how we flow. Don't you know? Go ahead and make it do it. Take a chance. If you do rap, sing, graffiti, or dance, it's alright. It's okay. Just talk from your dome. Cause it's hip hop at home. Who's next?
Okay. I'm ready.
Go for it, man.
Well, let it be this. Well, is everybody hearing me?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes.
I'm sitting leader throne like them office drone. I just wanna be famous, shady shouting into microphone. So do I, neither early nor later. I wanna be hype, a celebrated narrator. Without good social recognition. We sold dude more than we just issue. My family's proud. Fan crowd shout. So it is.
Yo, alright. Let's shoot. Much love. What you got, Medina? I'm not putting you on the spot, but what you got?
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, me too. I love it.
Yes. Do we have any vocalists? Where are my singers? Where are my hip hop singers? Where are my hip hop singers? Hey, where are you? Hip hop. It's the cipher. Hip hop. It's the cipher. Where are you? Come on. I know there's a singer in here. Oh, I think one just popped up. I see you. Jump in.
I feel like Madina wants to jump in next.
I do too. I think so too. Go ahead, Madina.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Go ahead.
Madina. Hey, Madina.
Madina, go next. Yeah.
Who's jumping in? Alexandra, you jumping in? Anybody? All right, who's been silent? Who is? Let's see. Where am I? I'm pointing. I see Eldar. Who's next to Eldar?
Valery. His name is Valery.
Valery?
Valery.
Raise your hand if that's you. Raise your hand. Yes, this guy. He's down here with me now. Oh, now he's over there. You're a rap artist, right?
Oh no, I'm not a rap artist.
What?
I
Wow,
just
you
listen.
okay? So let's do this. So people want to know how to write hip hop, right? Let's just take a pause. Let's talk about some practical information on how you write hip hop. First of all, I want to dispel a myth. The myth being that you can't do it, right? A lot of times when we're talking about what we want to do, we talk about what we can't do, right? But with hip hop, you're able to do it. See, hip hop is just a genre, it's a style, it's a vehicle that you use to express yourself, right? But each of us has a story. When I opened up, and I'll do the rap again so that everybody can kind of hear what I mean by a story and a storyline. A storyline, if you think of it in the linear sense of a storyline, you have a beginning, you have a middle, and you have an end. Well, as artists, we know that life isn't always linear. You don't always have the beginning before the middle and before the end. You can have the ending at the beginning and you work your way through it, and your beginning then becomes an end. It's crazy how life works. So in the beginning of this workshop, I said I met hip hop in the land of Buckeyes. About 86 is when she opened my eyes. The way her beats moved me had me all up in my feelings, yo. Heavy with the punchlines, had to keep them clean, though. Real talk, not pillow talk, oh so. Knew I had to quarter, be smooth with the dribble. Find a way to flip it, put sizzle on that griddle. And make it all look simple. Mixtape, had to keep a guessing. Mistake after mistake, a sister stressing. Making sounds over beats and double decks. And mic from left to right, ambidextrous. Had to go inside to keep the party alive. Knew I was made for this. All jokes aside, started producing. Had to get it popping. And that's when I knew that I must have something. I had to let her flow, be who she wanna be. Wanted to protect her, not depending on the industry. An independent woman with her hands in the air, wave around like she just don't care. Cause she's hip hop. Right? Boom. That's my story. That's my story. I tell you that I first fell in love with hip hop in 1986 in the land of Buckeyes, which is Ohio. So here's Michigan. This is where I am now. Ohio is somewhere down here in this region. Okay, if you look at a map, that's where I was born and raised. So in that phrase, I met hip hop in the land of Buckeyes. About 86 is when she opened my eyes. And for the translator, let me know if we're moving too fast because I get so excited. But that moment right there was telling you, hey, this is where I met hip hop. This is my beginning. You know, the way her beats moved me had me all up in my feelings, yo. Heavy with those punchlines, had to keep them smooth and clean though. And that's telling you that hip hop, it was the rhythm, it was the beat, it was the sounds, it was the energy that got me going. And so I wanted to learn how to do punchlines. And in hip hop, a punchline is that point where it just boom, you know. I met hip hop in the land of Buckeyes. That's a punchline. About 86 is when she opened my eyes. The way her beats moved me had me all up in my feelings, yo. Heavy with those punchlines. Had to keep them clean, though. Had to keep them clean, though. That would be a punchline, right? So when you're doing hip hop, the important thing about it is bringing your story into it. So you can't say that you can't do it because you do have a story to tell. It's just learning which way you want to do it and how you want to present it, right? So I do want to see if I can share my screen. I want to talk about, let me try to share my screen. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to share my screen because I want to show for the visual learners. Let me know. Are you seeing this?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. You're seeing the 6 traits of writing?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So when you're talking about writing and you're talking about really any type of writing, whether it's poetry, whether it's music, whether it's hip hop, whether it's jazz, these are 6 basic traits on what you use, okay? If you have a pen and a paper, we'll talk a little bit about each of these, right? So when you sit down, you want to think about the idea. What is your idea? Prior to this workshop, I had each of you write a moment in your own life where things around you, the world around you, started to make sense. Did you all do that? Were you able to do that? Okay. All right. Okay. Yep. So that was all for a purpose, because when you start writing, it starts with an idea first, or a message. Okay. What is it that you want to say? First of all, you don't just start just singing. Even when we do ciphers or rapping, even when we do ciphers in your mind, if even for a split second you're thinking, okay, what do I want to talk about? Right? We're all here for hip hop, so our overall theme is hip hop and what it means and how do we use it, right, to tell our story. So you want to come up with an idea, choose an interesting topic, focus on what matters to you. Then you want to think about the organization of it, the structure of how you want to do it. We talk about a storyline in a linear sense being a beginning, a middle, and an ending, but you don't have to do that. Some of the most amazing artists and the most amazing pieces of art in lyricism are those rappers or those MCs who can twist the story. In the 90s, it was an artist by the name of Slick Rick. Has anybody ever heard of Slick Rick? If you haven't, then that's somebody that you should look up, because in my time, this still is my time, but then in the 90s, he was an artist who could tell a story. You want to look up the song that's called Bedtime Story. So if you're writing down and taking notes, there's a song by Slick Rick called Bedtime Story. And he's a master at how to tell the story. So you're talking about organization. You want to make sure that you figure out how you want to structure the piece so that your idea becomes something that's interesting for someone to listen to. It becomes intriguing. It becomes a journey. I love to tell stories that are a journey. When I'm telling you about when I first fell in love with hip hop back in 1986, it's a whole journey from when I first met hip hop. And we refer to hip hop as a her or a she. And then where I had to hone in on the skill as a producer in the middle, started producing, had to get it popping. And that's when I knew that I must have something. That's the middle of my story. And then you go to the ending, which is just like, yo, she's hip hop. So from organize it, make it something that helps people to follow along on the journey of what you're saying, of your message, okay? Next, you move on to your voice. The person behind the work. Who are you? Who is it that you are? Not who are you trying to be. I've traveled around the country and I've met a lot of MCs. I've met a lot of vocalists who have people who they admire. And there's nothing wrong with admiring artists who are doing what you would like to do. But the special thing about it is that you are unique, that you have your own voice, and that voice is what the world needs to hear. Period, point blank. You can admire people, you can say, oh, they're really good at what they do, but don't try to be them. We have enough Drakes in this world. We have enough Biggies, well, rest his soul. We had Biggie Smalls, we had Tupac, rest his soul. We have enough Queen Latifahs, we have enough Cardi B's in the world. But we need some Arifs, we need some Medinas in this world. So finding your voice and figuring out what it is that you want to say and organizing it in a way that is exciting for the listener, is key. Also, word choice, right? So let's talk a little bit about word choice. I'm going to pop back in. I'm going to stop sharing this scene real quick. If my computer doesn't freeze, hold on one second. I think, Houston, we have a problem. Here we go. I'm going to stop share here. Let's pop back in. Okay, we're back, right? Everybody still here?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So let's talk a little bit about word choice, right? Let's talk about word choice and rhyming. Word choice and rhyming, that's one of the important things, is figuring out where you want to rhyme when you're rapping. So if you think about bars, you think about beats and measures. I think we have people, some folks here who have pretty much an understanding of some type of music theory and what beats per minutes are, what are measures. For those who don't, a measure is basically 4 beats. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one measure. The term in hip hop would be called bars. So when you hear someone say, I'm about to rap 16 bars, they're really just rapping 4 counts 16 times. Does that make sense? Okay. So yeah. So when you're rhyming, like someone give me a word, any word.
You got it.
Ostrich.
Reconnect.
Oh, beautiful. Reconnect. Okay, reconnect. Okay, what would rhyme with reconnect? This is a tricky one. Oh, say disrespect. Yes. So we have reconnect and we have disrespect. Now the trick is fitting that within that bar. You think you want to try it? Fitting that within that 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So when you're rhyming, you want to hit reconnect on the 2 count. So you want to go 1, reconnect 2, you want to 1, reconnect 3, disrespect. Does that make sense? So 1, reconnect on 2, 3, disrespect on 4. Anybody want to give a go at that? Ha! I see you, Medina. You said, I think I want to give. Anyone going to give a go at that? You can sing it too. Like, we're gonna reconnect, but don't disrespect. Or yeah, I want to reconnect and don't disrespect.
No.
Get it?
Got it.
Yep.
Wait, what was the first word?
Reconnect. And then disrespect. Yeah, those are our 2 rhyming words. So we're trying to see how we can do that. I gave an example. We're gonna reconnect and don't disrespect. Right? So let's try it with two different words, and then someone give it a go. 2 different words.
Amelia wrote happiness.
Happiness. Okay, happiness.
Happiness.
What?
And maybe Adele.
And what word?
Adele. The singer
Adele? Oh, happiness and Adele. Okay. So those aren't 2 rhyming. They don't rhyme with each other. Do you have an idea, Eldar, of how to make those 2 words work? Happiness and Adele?
Adele, happiness. No, I don't know.
Hey, I love it. You gave it a try. Adele, happiness. That could be a part of the chorus. See, so nothing that you do is wrong. That's the beauty of being an artist. That's the beauty of hip hop, because even in your mistakes and you're not knowing what to do, you create something that could become, that could tag exactly, that can become something. That's the beauty of it, because hip hop is so vast. Not only are you including your story, but there's so many other elements in your story. Now, when I say story, let's talk about that. When I say your story, we're talking about your life, right? Everybody put your right hand on your heart. Put your right hand on your heart. Put your right hand on your heart. Let's see. For those who are brave enough to show their video. Okay, yep, I see that. Okay, yep, put your right hand on your heart. All right, give you a couple of seconds. There we go. All right, here are the beautiful people. Here they come. Yep. Okay. Hey, everybody's right hand is on their heart. So just take a minute. Nobody say anything, and just feel your heartbeat. Can you feel your heartbeat? Medina, you can't feel your heartbeat? try just a little more pressure before I worry. Okay, so your heartbeat. Well, you have one. If you're unable to feel it, you do have one. Otherwise, you wouldn't be alive, right? Now, everyone can put your hand down. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Take a breath in. Breathe out. One more time. Take a breath in. Breathe out. So 2 things are true about what we just did. The first thing that's true is that as humans, we all have a heart. And we all have a heartbeat. It may be in a different rhythm, but we all have one, right? The second thing that's true is that we all breathe. We all have to breathe in order to live and in order for our heart to stay. Correct? So these are 2 things that right away put us in the same space. Okay? If you can rap, if you cannot rap, if you want to sing, if you feel you cannot sing, there are 2 things that are true. Is that we all have a heartbeat, we all have breath. And we are all the rhythm of life. So I don't want to hear you say that you can't do anything, because you can do anything as long as you have a heart and that is beating and you have air in your lungs. You are able to do whatever you want to do. Okay? Whatever you want to do. That's hip hop. Your storyline is what makes what you do authentic. The best rappers are those people who are able to give their message to an audience, and the audience is able to receive that message. Okay? Those are the best artists, are those who can do that. And your storyline is the context. It's what I had you write in your writing, in your homework, about when you first realized the world around you was something fantastic or something scary or something exciting. These are the things that you put into your writing. Oh, those were bars. Did y'all hear that? I said exciting. These are the things that you put into your writing. That's the important thing. So what I'm curious to know is, when was a moment in your life that was exciting to you? When was a moment in your life that you can remember, that something about the world excited you, or something about music or about your art excited you? And you can use your homework. This is where the homework comes into play. When did you realize that some things about your world, the world around you? And maybe somebody we haven't heard from yet. Have we heard? We've heard from Satora, or VS, or Versus. Versus, I like that. Versus, VS, Versus. Can you share? Is it Anel? Hello? You all still hear me? Okay, you can hear? Who wants to share? Who wants to share about a time in their life that was exciting?
I can share a story if you can help me.
Anwar?
Hello, Jaci.
Hello, Anwar. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Very good.
I remember when I was a kid, I was watching MTV, and I saw a Kanye West music video. It's called Flashing Lights, as I remember.
Yes.
It was black and white, as I remember. And it was so beautiful, and I've started to listen to Kanye, and now I hope he's going to run to president.
Well, one step first. First steps. We do have the election coming up, so we'll see what happens. Very good. Thank you for sharing. Who else? Who else remembers a moment in their lives? Diana? How How about you? How about you? Do you remember a moment in your life where things were exciting, or you started to realize how things may work or how people flow?
Turn on your mic, Diana. Turn on. It's below. Yes.
Ah, yes. There we go.
Oh. Muted again.
There she is. Ah. Mic check, mic check.
Okay, who wants to share Muslima?
Yeah. Yeah. Before I give mine, because I could share stories for days, but this is community. This is about us. Who can share? Who can share? We got Anwar already shared. How about A? I just see A or A. And how about Anel? How about you? I see you.
I think like finishing school was one of the moments, big ones.
Yeah.
Very dope. Yeah, no, very dope. Very dope. For me, it was when I first realized, once again as a kid, how traffic lights work. Like we're all familiar with traffic lights, right? Like red light, green light, yellow light. We're all familiar with traffic lights. And I remember as a kid sitting in the back seat, and I was traveling with my parents, and we were stopped, right? And I was noticing how other cars were going past me, and I'm like, well, how come they get to go and we're not moving? And so we would, I guess we would go to the next point where this was happening. I was like, well, how come we're stopping and they get to go? And then when they stop, we get to go. And it dawned on me, I'm like, wait a minute, there's these lights, there's these colors, because at that point I knew my colors. I'm like, so when the light is red, if our light is red, then we're not moving. And if our light is red, then their light must be green, because they're going. So for me, that blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, stoplights. Wow, something so simple. But from that point on, and as I grew into my adulthood, I was like, yo, that could be used for some content for a song. That could be a moment where I first realized how people flow and how accidents are prevented. If everyone's lights were green, what would happen? We would all crash.
Yeah.
Simple, and that's the same with life. That's applicable for life. If everybody is always on go, if we're always going, then we will get into accidents. We'll make mistakes, right? Or we may not have an accident, but we may miss one another. If everybody then take these couple of hours just to stop, if we didn't say, okay, I'm going to take a pause. This is my red light moment. I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to be in the house. We're going to have a house party for like an hour and a half. If we didn't take that time just to pause, then we would miss each other. We would all be going. So to use that in a rhyme, if I were to use that knowledge in a rhyme, I may start my verse like, okay, how would I start my rhyme? I would say, if I'm talking about traffic lights, I would say, green light, yellow light, red light, stop. Gotta take a pause because y'all is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like using. We don't know, because I explained to you that my context or my experience was as a child learning how a stoplight works. So we all have the backstory of where that verse came from, right? So because you know the backstory of where that comes from, then it makes more of an impact. You get to know me. So in hip hop, you want to think of, and that's why I had you do the exercise, you want to think about moments in your life. For instance, I now said school. You said when you graduated from school, right? That was a moment in your life that was important. How can you take that moment of graduating? I'm not sure if you matriculate or if you walk across a stage. Do you get a degree when you graduate? Do they actually hand you a degree? Okay, and do you have to wear a cap and gown?
No,
Or
no,
do you wear like some type of adornment, something
no.
special? Okay. You walk across stage, you get your diploma, and they're like, boom, you got it. How did you feel in that moment? When you got your diploma, how did you feel? Give me a feeling.
A waste of
Well,
4 years.
what?
No, I know. How did you feel when you actually got your degree? What was an emotion?
Like I felt like I was not a kid anymore.
Muslima said it felt like you were
Yeah,
not a
because
kid anymore.
yeah, because here in Uzbekistan we study 9 years in school.
Mm-hmm.
So after 9 years we have lyceum, college, and then after that university and institute. So
Okay.
after graduating school, I was like, oh my God, I have to be accepted to lyceum and then university. I'm not. I mean, I'm not a little girl anymore.
Exactly. So
Yes.
it's a moment in your time where you're like, wow, it's like I'm grown. I've grown up.
Yes.
And is that how you saw yourself, or is it how your family? Did you feel as though your family may have thought you were a little girl, or what got you to that moment of feeling like, hey, I'm grown. I'm a woman now. I'm ready to do what I'm ready to do.
Well, first of all, I felt responsibility for the first time when
Mm-hmm.
I graduated because it's all up to me whether I go to Lyceum. I mean, can I be accepted to the Lyceum or not? It's all up to me, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to work really hard and in order to enter universities and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like this. So, and also, yeah, my family felt that too, I think.
Yeah. They felt that it was up to you to create
Yes.
who you are to
Yeah.
become. That right there. Now, I don't know about anybody else who's in the house, but just hearing her backstory and hearing, when she first told us, the first thing she started was what? The end of the story, right? We were talking about how you construct your storyline, right? And that your beginning isn't necessarily your beginning. Your beginning could actually be your end. So
Yes.
when Muslina told us that, it's like I graduated from college. That was the end of that particular segment in her story. This makes sense, right? But as she unfolded, as she went in deeper and gave us more of the history and gave us more of the context, then we were starting to feel the emotion. And we could say there's happiness, and there's maybe some pressure, maybe there's some anxiousness, maybe there's some determination. There are many different elements within that, but I was able to feel what a portion of what you were going through, right? So that right there is the key. That is the key on how to incorporate your storyline into your art. Whether you're a hip hop artist, whether you're a dancer, whether you're a teacher, or you're a minister of whatever, minister of finance, or a festival organizer, incorporating who you are is key, because I just met you, Muslima, but in hearing your story, I want to know more. And as artists, we want to get fans, we want to meet people, we want to connect with people, and the best way for us to do this is by sharing who we are. And my question to each of you all is, are you bold enough to do it? Are you bold enough to share your story? Are you bold enough to share your experiences and allow people to see who you are? If you talk about Eminem, or if you talk about Biggie, you talk about Tupac, you talk about Queen Latifah, you talk about Cardi B. Now that's somebody who will definitely let you see who she is and where she comes from. And I don't know what all I can say here. I've never been a stripper, but there's pieces of her story that I feel we can identify with. We can identify with what it means to be a woman. You know, for some of us who are women or who identify as women, or you know, what it feels like to be that, and how to have to go against the odds and to make something of yourself and to take your destiny in your hand and to graduate, Muslima and Anel. You know, so those are the things that you want to do is look at your story and see how you can incorporate that, because that would be a lovely song. Are you a vocalist? What do you do,
No, I'm
Muslima?
not a vocalist. I'm just, let's say, just self, how to say, I don't know. I just love singing.
Ah,
I cannot rap, but I love singing. I sing like Taylor Swift songs. I love them, and
uh-huh.
Shawn Mendes.
Ah, nice. Very nice voices.
Yeah.
Very good.
Actually, by the way, I want to I wanted to mention it. When the second when I joined the Zoom into Zoom, I
Yes.
saw Arif Freeman, and I was like, oh my God, is this Shawn Mendes? Because he really looks like Shawn
He
Mendes.
does.
Yeah.
He does. He does. Agreed.
Probably thank you, but like I don't even know who is it.
Really?
Yeah, that's your homework.
Yeah, you should Google it because
Okay then.
yeah, you really look like him.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Well, I have, and this is for everyone. This is for everyone because Muslima shared her story, but each of you were to write your story. And what I want to encourage you to do is to take a look at what it is that you've written and to see how you can turn that into a piece of art, into a song. You're a vocalist, Muslima, so you can talk about graduating. I know, Arif, that you do poetry. Do we have any MCs, any rappers on the line, or just mainly folks who want to learn how to do it? I think it's mainly folks who want to learn how to do it. So I think we should give this another try. I think we're loose. I think we can do the cipher another time. Let's try the cipher. Right?
Yeah.
We have a little bit of context. We talked a little bit about bars and measures and rhyming. Let's try it again with who's in the house. Who's all in the house? If you're in the house, say yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Y'all sound good. One more time. If you're in the house, say yo.
Yeah.
In the house, yeah.
Hey! Oh, we have an MC. It was like, if you're in the house, say yo. Okay, I saw one person. I'm not gonna say who it is, but she she rethinks, she redesigns and reconnects, and I didn't see her say yo. Who could that be? I think she's smiling now. Her name starts with Alexandra. Right? If you're in the house, say yo.
Yo.
There we go. Everybody's in the house. Okay. So let's try the cipher. Let's try the cipher thing again with a little bit of time here. We got about 30 minutes. Let's try the cipher again. All right. So everybody, open up your mics. You gotta be a part of this. It's gotta work. Diana, A, Anwar. Yep. We got verses. Verses. Are you there? Verses. Who else? We have screen recorder. Is that somebody?
It's like versus speaking.
Versus is versus speaking. I love it. Okay, so let's try this. The cipher again. Let's start with Muslima. Let's start with you. We know a little bit about your story. See if you can incorporate graduating into the cipher.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you got this. This is love. This is your family. We all have one heartbeat. We all are breathing. We all love you.
Do I have to sing something or?
No, you can sing, you can talk, you could dance, you could just go around in a circle. You could do whatever you want to. Just express yourself.
Well, right now there's nothing on my mind. I don't know. Well, something like graduating is like um, losing your friends for the first time. I mean, no. It's like, yeah, it's kind of losing your friends because everyone everyone is up to. I mean, I'm sorry for my English. My English not that good.
And let me say this, is that you don't have to say it in English. You do not have to speak in English, okay? That's the other part about the arts and hip-hop, is that you bring who you are, because you can speak in your language, and that creates something even more spectacular, if you ask me. So speak where you're comfortable, be where you are. It's all acceptable here.
Can I sing in other topic, because I have a song that I wrote a year ago.
Please do.
Yeah, it's just I didn't write it till the end. Just we're gonna listen to it. Well,
yes, go ahead.
Wait a minute. Sorry. Well, it begins like this. Lot of mistakes been made by me. One of them was you, maybe, but I'm never gonna stick with this. And I'm gonna forget all of this. 'Cause it's you who keeps me move on to live the best life my own. Maybe I'll go out with someone who treat me the way I want. And there goes chorus, but it's not till the end.
Oh, wow. Yeah, give her some love. Come on, show her some love. Yeah, if yes, look at that. We have hand claps, we have thumbs up. Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing, well done.
Your voice is so beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Absolutely, very beautiful. Well done.
Yes.
Very nice to hear from all of you. Thank you so much.
Yes, very, very cool. Very, very nice. Smacking it. Very, very nice. And from that, I was getting ideas. Like I saw Arif, you were over there thinking about ideas about maybe if you, and this is all about collaboration. So now we're at the point where we're talking about collaboration. And again, I apologize if my mic is sounding overboosted or sounding a little muffled. I'm hoping that you all are able to, understand what's being said here. So again, I apologize. I checked it, but I don't have a mixer to kind of do some of the engineering things, so it's probably just as annoying to me as well. But moving on from that, your song Muslima was beautiful, and as you were expressing that, I could hear. Were you talking about a relationship that you were in?
Yes.
Okay, so this was a real life. Okay, that you used to be in.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is real life.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're talking about real life in a relationship, how many people can relate to being in a relationship before? Or are in a relationship now? Yep, I see thumbs up. Okay, is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Anwar, yep. Who else can relate to being in a relationship? We all can. As a matter of fact, if you're not used to being in a relationship, guess what? You're in one right now. Guess what? We go together. All of us in this room right now, what we say in the United States is when you have a boyfriend and a girlfriend or whatever, is that you go together, meaning that we are in a relationship. So if you've never been in a relationship before today, guess what? You have boyfriend and girlfriends now. You have family. However you want to look at it. So we can relate to that. In your song, there's a piece in my head where I'm thinking, okay, I can remember being in a relationship. Let me hear more about her experience, right? And you did it through song, but hip hop is the same way. You know, any message that you're transmitting to people is the same thing. It's asking folks, is you have a message, right? You're the sender. If you're thinking about how you communicate, you're the person who has the message. And your audience are the people who are receiving what you're saying. Your responsibility as the sender is to create the story, to create that moment, to put us in that moment so that that would cause us to think of, well, when do I remember being in a relationship? And oh, she said, like, give me another verse of your song, Muslima.
Another verse?
Another verse. So the verse being a line in your song. So when you were saying, you know, like when you were singing, give me a line in your song.
Any line?
Yeah, any line.
Well, there's a line. Lot of mistakes been made by me. One of them was you, maybe.
Ah, so immediately. That's beautiful. Wow, and you feel that, right? You can feel that. All of us have made mistakes. You know, immediately when I heard you say mistakes, I went to the song that I did in the beginning, where I was talking about how I fell in love with hip hop, and I say mistake after mistake, a sister stressing. You know, I said mixtape, had to keep them guessing. Mistake after mistake, a sister stressing. I can identify of what it feels like to make a mistake. You know, to not necessarily make the best choices for myself. So now you got me hooked. Okay, so what's the next line after that? I'm like, okay, I can understand what it's like to make a mistake, and I can understand that, oh, that mistake was my choices. I chose you. So what's the next line after that?
After this, but I never gonna stick at this. It's like I'm ready to let it, but at the same time, not gonna forget all of this because it's gonna lesson.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And we can relate to learning a lesson the hard way, right? I can relate. That's really the only way that I learn the best is the hard way. And that's being honest. Okay? So again, I can't stress enough what it means. You know, we can talk about the structure on how to write hip hop songs. We can talk about beats. We can talk about measures. We can talk about rhyming. We can talk about the storyline. But when it comes down to it, what makes you able to be successful at anything that you do, whether you choose to express yourself through hip hop, whether you choose to express yourself through dance or whatever art, it's the fact that you choose to express yourself, that you're willing to become vulnerable, and that you feel confident enough that your story will allow you to connect with other people. You know, rap artists, people do not become famous because they seek fame. You know, there may be a bit of people, there may be a part, because there is a type of selfishness where it's just like, yo, I want money, I want to be able to take care of my people. You know, those are just the basic human needs. You want to be able to take care of yourself. But those people who are the most successful, especially in the genre of hip hop, are the ones who know their story, they know their message, and they know their audience. And they figure out really engaging ways to tell their story with their audience and to hook them in. You know, I'm hooked into Muslima's story because she shared. She let us know of her human feelings. She was vulnerable. And those are the artists that I love. You know, I love the Kendrick Lamars, you know, who will give you a piece of their story. I love the Biggies who will give you a piece of their story. You know, I love the Queen Latifahs who will tell you. I love Queen Latifah because there's only one. I love Queen Latifah who will tell you, you know, UNITY, it's the unity, and tell you about her trials of being a woman and using hip hop to do that because it's engaging, it's fun, and it's storytelling. I love stories. We love stories. And hip hop is the best way to tell your story. Okay? So let's pause here. Are there any questions? Because that's important too. I could talk here and we could talk about all kinds of things, but I really want to know what exactly it is that you want to do with what you have. What do you want to do with who you are? What do you want to do with your story? And what is your message? Because we're all here. We're all here for a reason, right? We're all here for hip hop.
Yep.
Right? And I know we're not all here just to look at me talk, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's not fun.
Speak up.
Yep, speak up. This is the best place for it to happen now. We can become accustomed to information being thrown at us. And especially with the technology, you think of a Zoom, automatically when you think of technology and you think of Zooming, you think that it's going to be a place where you'll go and information will just be thrown at you. I'm going to throw up a full screen and I'm going to give you information and I'm just going to talk. But it's time as the artist community, as those of us who are interested in doing something new and we're interested in rethinking and redesigning and reconnecting. That's what's so beautiful about this festival is that this is an opportunity for us to do something new and to create something together. But one person can't do it. Two people can't do it. We can all do it together to make it even more stronger. So when I ask you to speak up, it's not me, trying to be a teacher and say, you must speak. It's really wanting to know who you are and getting you accustomed to coming out of your shell and having a place where you can express yourself. And you don't have to look your best. You don't have to sound your best. There are no wrong answers. You can speak in whatever language you want to speak in. But whatever barrier that's keeping you from expressing yourself, you have to knock those down and you have to work towards doing it. Okay? So speak up. Feel free to speak. Express yourself. This is a time to do it. Share your storyline. Say hello. If you're in the house, say yo.
Yo.
Let's try that again.
Yo.
If you're in the house, say yo.
Yo.
Okay. One more time. If you're in the house, say yo.
Yo.
I love that. Someone was like, yo. I love it. So we're all alive. We're still breathing, and our hearts are still working. So now is the chance for you to ask any question that you would like to ask.
What would you advise to become a modern artist, like nowadays, like a YouTube artist or Instagram artist?
My advice on how?
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing is for you to know your message. If you have something, what do you want to say? What is it that you want to say, first of all? And then, do you feel as though what you have to say would be something that would connect with an audience? Knowing first your message, what it is that you want to say is the most important, and how you want to do it, and being a risk taker. Unmuting your mic and saying, yo.
Yeah.
Doing that's the first step, is having confidence, because confidence is something that is it can be transferred, right? If you come in and you're saying, hey, this is my message, this is what I'd like to say, you're going to immediately have people listen, and they're going to be thinking like, okay, I'm going to listen to his message, can I relate to it? And if you have something that you want to say that's relatable, that's how most people usually take off. So I would say really doing the work within first before you go externally. Like going to workshops like this and talking about your story, talking about and sharing who you are within a smaller group. If it's your friends, trying some things on your friends. Your friends can be brutally honest. Your family can be brutally honest. Brutally, sometimes.
As usual.
Right? Yeah, because they love you. They care about you. And at the end of the day, they don't want you out there embarrassing them. Let's just keep it real.
Jokes at me.
Exactly. But at least you'll have a sense, because you want to put yourself around people who will be honest with you first before you launch off into wherever you feel you need to go with your message. Try it on some people who you trust. Right? We've only been together for like an hour, or maybe almost going on 2 hours now. So I don't expect you to automatically trust me, and to do these things. But it's always good to be in a place where you feel, well, maybe I should have said something. Okay, next time I'm going to say something. Or maybe I'll get in the mirror and I'll just start ciphering with myself. I'll just start telling myself a story, right? So to answer your question though, Arif, try it with a small group of folks first. Know your message. Get that message down pat. Try it on your test subjects. And then springboard. Tap into the realm. Connect with people like we're doing now, because everybody here in this room, I have their information, and there's a way that we can all stay connected so that we support one another, because this is a great start. The people that are in the room right now, this is a great start. We are here and we can actually help one another.
That's it.
Yeah, does that answer your question? Yep. Any other questions?
Well, maybe from other guys.
Yeah, let's see. Who's got some questions?
I have a question.
Go for it.
How do you create instrumental music for the flow? Maybe you use some FL Studio, or maybe you use some beats in the internet.
Yes, for me, I have, and I wonder if I can plug my other camera in, because I can show you all what it is that I would normally use. I unplugged it. I had a whole thing I wanted to do, but because the audio has been kind of strange, I got a little nervous about it. But I use what's called a machine, and it's a drum machine. So it's it's digital. It's a digital workstation, and it already comes preloaded with different samples. So a sample would be something like a snare. Like when you hear a kick and a snare. If you think about a drum kit, you have a kick, you have a snare, you have hi-hats that create a beat. So I use a beat machine, but every system. Here's the secret. Here's the secret to this, right? A lot of us, we don't have a lot of money to spend as musicians. I'm not sitting over here on mounds of dollars. So I'm looking for ways to still create without having to spend a lot of money. So here's the secret, is that there are a lot of programs, a lot of software where you can get free versions of it. So if, for instance, if you go to ableton.com, so that's ableton.com, you can get a free version of their editing software, which is called Ableton Live, Live, and you can start to create beats on that. You can also get it's freeware, it's free software. You can look it up, you can Google it and say free music production software, and a whole list of software will come up where you can get free versions of the software. Now, there may be limitations on what sounds you may get, what kits, what drum kits, what keys, what you'll be able to do with it, but it will at least be a way for you to start. What do you use a system now? Do you use like Mac, or do you use any type of editing software now?
I'm using FL Studio.
Ah, very good. Is it FL 20?
Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
No, yes, 20.
Okay, 20. Okay, yep. And is it a complete version of it, or is it like a free version of it?
It's free version.
Okay, it's a free version of it. Okay, one of the easiest ways, and I would love to at some point, and I'm opening this up to everyone here. I'm about relationships. So even though we're here and we've been talking and doing some workshopping and we've been on the Zoom and Go Viral has brought us all together, I wouldn't want for this to be the only time that we interact. So you have a question about, producing beats and how to do that. I'm willing and I'm really excited to talk about this again. So like to do a workshop where we do beat production using FL Studios, because I know how to use that as well. And it'd be easier to show you than to tell you how to do it. But the way that I do it is I usually start with a beat first, and it's not even before I even touch my computer. Just like how we're talking about thinking about your storyline, even before I write or even before I touch my computer, I'm going around the house going boom to boom to boom 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 boom to boom, and I'm thinking in my head, okay, what sounds do I have in the computer? What kicks, what snares do I have in my computer that I could use that could sound like what I'm doing, what I have in my head? If I have boom 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 boom, I hear a kick, I hear a snare, and I hear hi-hats. So in my software, when I go into FL Studio, I'm going to look for what kicks, K-I-C-K, what snares, and what hi-hats sound good together. And then I decide, what tempo do I want that to be in. Hip-hop tempos is anywhere from 100 beats per minute to 110 beats per minute. And when I say beats per minute, again, we're talking about those beats within the measure. So the 1, 2, 3, 4. That 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we talk about beats per minute, we're talking about how fast I want it to go. Right? So is that making sense as far as like how to create the beat? What I do, the best way that I do it is that I think about it in my head first, and I actually beatbox it. I mouth it. I try to conceptualize what I want it to sound like. Even before I hear it in the physical sense, I think about how do I want this to sound. And then I go to my computer. I use the software as an aid to make my concept come into completion. So have you ever beatboxed before?
Yes.
You have beatbox? Let me hear a beatbox real quick. Let me hear a beatbox.
You want to hear my beatbox?
Yeah. Yep.
You can maybe use
Yo.
thing.
Yeah. So if you were to turn that beat, that's dope, because it sounds like you have a kick, the kick drum, which is the bass, and then you have the snare, but you have a rim shot. So it's the bass and a rim shot. You were like boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
So you would go into your editing software, and then you would pick a kick drum and a rim shot, and then create that same tempo within your software. Right? And as you're doing that, that's always a good foundation to start with your beat, and then you can build everything else around it. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. What other questions do we have? What about from the vocalists, from the writers, from the poets? Questions? Answers? Anything?
Like people feel tired or something.
Yeah, I think, what is it? It's almost 9 o'clock there.
Yes, maybe.
Okay, that's probably it. Yep, that's probably it. But oops, sorry about that. Hold on one sec, guys. That might be it. That might be it. I think I'm just getting right into my day. So I'm feeling hyped up. You all are got me hyped up. We've shared our stories. I would like to though. I would if you all have a little bit more energy in you. Let's try the cipher one more time. Now that we have a little bit of context, think about the moment in your life that's important to you. We know that with Muslima, it was when she graduated. We know with Anel, I believe it was when she graduated as well. But think of one moment. I'll give you 20 seconds to think of a moment in your life that was important. I'll start it to make it easy, and then you jump in. Okay? Think about it. One moment. I'm using my stoplight, my traffic light. When you got it, when you have it, put your hand up or say yo.
Yo.
All right, cool. One moment. It could be anything. It could be today. It could be your thoughts about today. I see you thinking. I see you thinking. Do you have it? How about you, Medina? You have something? You're a vocalist. See, I know a little something about you. I know a little something about you. I know you sing. I heard your song on Instagram, so I know you sing. So you could talk about singing.
Or something to, I don't know, I can't like make it.
And that's the cool thing about the cipher is that it doesn't. We don't have to be on beat, especially with technology and with the sound and the latency. We're not even going to try to have everything exactly on beat, but you can talk. See, when you talk, there's a certain rhythm that happens. So you don't have to think of it in terms of being within a beat or being within a rhythm. You can talk. There's a rhythm in how you talk. When you rap, you're just talking in rhythm. You're just talking in rhythm. I could say I met hip hop in the Atlanta Buckeyes. About '86 is when she opened my eyes. The way the beats moved me had me all up in my feelings, yo. Or I could say I met hip hop in the Atlanta Buckeyes. About '86 is when she opened my eyes. So it's all rhythm. It's all within the same thing as breathing. Breathing is natural. We don't think, okay, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. It's just instinctive. So don't feel like you have to be held to the constraint of just having to stay within a rhythm. You can just speak your mind. Okay? I hope that frees you up just a little bit to not feel as though you have to fit within a box. Okay? All right. Does everyone have something? Something to share? Put your hand up in the air if you got to share. Hand up in the air. I'm the only one with the hand up in the air. I thought this was hip hop.
Oh la la, people are so shy.
That's all right. This is just a precursor. Hopefully, I'll be able to actually come there and we can all be in a room. That would be fly.
It's so much better, I think, if you come and we actually do the offline workshop. Would be better.
Yeah. We can definitely. But this is a great start. So yeah. So for those of us who have an idea of what they want to share, let's do it. Okay. So if you have an idea, open up your mic one more time before the house party shut down. Yeah, I know. Anybody? We can go. Yep. Okay, go ahead, Arif. Set us off. Arif.
So if there's nobody else, the point is, I had a kind of wonderful, just an amazing teacher, and it's kind of mm, it's not typical in Kazakhstan here to uh, when a man teaches you, is like the most part of our teachers are women, and suddenly when I was studying in college, uh, my teacher was one man, and like he taught me like the basic English. He taught me how to speak, and that was like awesome. So I guess that was a moment that changed some part of me, and like maybe that's since when I'd like to maybe go somewhere else, like to America or to Australia or to Canada, or just like to travel, just like
Yes.
to show that our people could be as sociable as like American people and as European people. It doesn't matter like what kind of people. So, and I do like the idea that uh, we can spare our thoughts. Doesn't matter like either we speak Russian or our friends speak English. Like nowadays technologies do help us to understand each other. So I guess
Mm.
it is an ask for a question, how to make peace. Like we just we learn languages of each other,
Mm-hmm.
and not only like English or French or German. I mean like languages of understanding each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like different people, different men and women, different nations, different ages. Everything is different, but we all are as people. So it is.
Very, very good. And you've said the key thing right there is how do we understand each other? When we have different languages and we have different ways in which we were taught, linearly or non-linearly, how do we all come unto one accord? And the answer for that is through talking to one another, like we're doing now, through our art, through sharing, through becoming vulnerable, through expressing how we feel and not keeping it bottled up, no matter how it is that you express it, whether it's in English or Russian or in Arabic or in whatever language, Mandarin, whatever language that you speak, having a willingness to bring your story. So when I say story, I'm not trying to just create this world that's weird. It's for real. Your story is who you are, right? Your story is all your context, is everything you've been through from when you were a child to when you've graduated to when you may have children or when you moved. It's your life. And so it's finding a space like today. This is what my hope was for today, is that we've created a space where we could all come in and talk about this, where we could all come in and share who we are with one another. We said it's hip hop, but there's an underlining term. There's an underlining event that's happening, and that's us getting to know one another and talking with one another and getting on one accord. And I commend you for being brave and for expressing yourself and having the willingness to become transparent and to talk about what we need to do to become one. And it's through us communicating. And music is one of the best ways to do it. The visual arts is one of the best ways to do it. Those things where you don't have to depend on, if you're speaking French or if I'm speaking English or if you're speaking Russian, all these things that can work to divide us. But for us looking
Yes.
for ways, in which we are connected, sorry, I'm just trying to put the battery, looking for ways in which your storyline, I can identify with it. I have that same love. I want to know how can people come together. That's why I do hip hop. Hip hop is really, it's really just a front. It's really just a face, like hip hop. But the underlining goal in my heart is to bring people together where you can express yourself and we can talk to each other and we can flow, we can laugh, we can bring our vulnerabilities in, we can talk to one another and have really deep conversations. And if we choose to do that through rhyming or timing or singing or whatever, that's our choice. But at the end of the day, it's about unity and it's about us becoming one globally. Period, point blank. There's too many things in the world that divides us. So when we have opportunities like Go Viral has given us to come into the house, which is really a space where we can come together and collaborate, then we have to jump at that and we have to do more of this.
That's it.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Will we have a meeting like this again, or?
I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I know. Yeah, I would love to, for those who are willing to keep this going, because there's no way that we could accomplish everything in 2 hours. The workshop that I actually have for you all takes like 4 hours. So I hope that I was able to hit on some key things, but I would love to keep this going. And I know that the wonderful team, Alexandra and everyone there at Go Viral, has given me your information. So this is definitely something that I would love to continue and figuring how we can do that, how we can meet and continue to expand and get to know one another, so that we're not just hip hop artists or we're not just artists, but that we're people who are about connecting and affecting change in the world and in our community. And now is the perfect time for this. So let's figure it out. Who's willing, whoever's willing to do this again, let's do it. There are no boundaries.
Have you filled out the form, Muslima, when we did the... Have you filled out the form? Ты заполнила форму регистрационную, когда мы размещали? Ты же так узнала про вот этот воркшоп, да, или как?
Да, мне кто-то, если не ошибаюсь, отправил мне.
Подтверждение по почте, да? Ты получила?
Да, я получила, да.
Вот это я говорю. Ну все, если все, кто прошел регистрацию, мы всегда можем еще раз, если Джесси что-то придумает, и мы с Джесси еще что-нибудь придумаем в будущем, например, какой-нибудь воркшоп, более практичный, чтобы все участвовали, то тогда мы напишем это еще в группе, окей? I just said, JC, that we have all the contacts from people that register specifically express their interest. So in case we come up with something in the future, we can send to this group of people that invitation to another workshop or something.
Wonderful. That would be wonderful. And I'm completely open to things developing, because there is a lot of information and there's a lot of things that we can do together, and it's a process, so to try to condense it, we can only hit some of the bases, and like today I really hit strong on the storyline, but there's so much more that we can build, and we can even build together. You write songs, Muslima. I would love for all of us to be able to write a song, take pieces of maybe songs that we have and collaborate. Arif does poetry, and he does lyrics. He does lyrics, and there's other. There's Anwar, there's Medina, there's people who sing, where we could really start to collaborate with one another that goes just beyond this one meeting. So I'm completely 100% open to that and creating something with all of you all. I feel really honored to have met you, and for you all to share, and just listen. If you were here and you just listen, that is just as important as in speaking up, because it's all a process. And I hope that next time that you will speak up, but in all due time. But I'm down for it.
Perfect. Great.
For sure.
Then, do we have a group or some like this on Telegram or even on Instagram.
So we
On
have a
Telegram, I have what?
sorry.
On Telegram, I have one, but there are only people from Uzbekistan, from Kazakhstan.
Yes, from
So
all over. Yes, exactly. Because this Telegram channel is for Go Viral specifically. But if you guys would like to create your own, I mean, I don't know how many people will be up to in the end to join, because some of them are quite silent. So apart from some of the guys in the beginning and Arif, you, so that's why I thought maybe it's better to do the another one like through email, and then we'll see who is more tuned in.
It's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Then we can create a separate group. But for now, what I advise is to join for now the Go Viral Telegram channels. At
Okay.
least that way you can receive any information if we're gonna do another workshop or on songwriting, on hip hop or any other genre. So I think that's the best way to keep in touch through social media and through Telegram. Okay.
yeah. Thanks.
That's perfect. No, that's exciting, and that I really am looking forward to that. And even for those who may not have spoken up for technical reasons or whatever, still it's important that you were here. We felt your spirit. Even in your silence, there were still words being spoken. It could have been for whatever your reason was for, whether it's because of English, or in my case, I wish I knew more Russian. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, I know privyet, and I know da, but I need to, because you all are my brothers and my sisters, then I need to work on seeing how I can get even closer to meeting in the middle with you. And I never want there to be an expectation that you have to come where I am. You have to know English or it's not valid. Never that. All of us bring our storylines in together. So I promise you that I'm gonna learn some Russian. I'm gonna learn some more language, some French.
Yay.
Some French, and that will make our collaboration even, as we say, doper. Even more special, because we'll be exchanging and communicating and blending our cultures together. And that's the other part of hip hop that's so beautiful, is that the blending of cultures breaks down all walls. I've seen it in Russia, I've seen it in Jordan, I've seen it in Zimbabwe, I've seen it in Turkmenistan. I've seen how music, and how when we get into a space and we're willing to listen to one another, to identify and relate to one another, and then to create something through music, and in our case hip hop, how beautiful, a beautiful change that we make in our own communities and in the world. So I'm a witness to this being possible, and I am excited that there are folks, that you all are willing to continue to do that, because there's a whole world of artists who are doing this very same thing that need to meet you. So I'm excited to introduce them to you, and you to them too. So it's big. It's a big thing that's happening. So let's get it, as we say in hip hop. Let's go get it.
We should also remind everybody that we have Jaci's concert. So it's going to be on October 17th. We'll start at 9 p.m. Almaty time. So you should join. Yes, and it's going to be fun, because we already saw some pre-recorded videos, and it looks really awesome. You guys gonna love it.
Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time shooting it. And I'll give you all the background behind that, because then when you watch it, like we've been talking about, you'll be able to see how you can relate to it. See if you can tap into my story, right? So the backstory behind that is that I didn't want for it just to be a regular concert, where I'm up there singing. Just like today, I didn't want this just to be a talking head where I'm just giving you all this information. It's about interaction and relationship. So with my concert, it's a story. Okay, I'll kind of tease it like that. We start at one place. We start with what you may be familiar with, but by the time we're done, it's become something totally different. So there's some twists, there's some turns. I will say there's a space panda in it. We have a space panda. So tune in and, go on the journey with us. My band and I, we're all about stories and the journey. So come be a part of the journey with us.
Okay, yes, definitely. It would be great if you guys will join and yes, because it's really nice fun. So with that, Jaci, should we
Yes.
call it today?
Yeah, that's a good start. This is a good start. This was good. I appreciate this opportunity to be with you all, and for you taking the time out at the end of your day to start something new. Like we said in the story, your ending can be your beginning. So the fact that you're getting ready to go to sleep, you've already finished your whole day, and now you're at the end of your day. But guess what? You're at the beginning of something new. So I'm excited to go beyond this point with you.
Wow, what an inspirational words. You should definitely be a politician.
I want to keep my heart rate down. You know how we were talking about the heart rate? I just want to keep my heart rate down. And politics, especially here in the States, it's a whole different beast.
Yes, definitely. Spirit of a leader.
Yep. So I thank you.
It was amazing workshop, and yes, it was so nice to hear all this experience and songs from other participants as well.
Yes.
Like I guess even that Muslima will participate. I don't know. I had, I guess, this stereotype that it's gonna be, guys with the caps and everything. But it's amazing. It's something that you can discover new. So thank you for this workshop. Thank
Absolutely.
you for being active. It was great, and hope to see everybody on October 17th in the evening. So everybody can watch Jaci's concert on Facebook Live, on Go Viral stage, or on YouTube. Also, Go Viral Central Asia. It's also you can tune in and watch it. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Then. Okay.
Thank you too.
Enjoy your
Thank you, Jaci.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting everyone. And let's continue to build together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Much love. Ciao.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Much love.